And what's going on? My name is Carlos Sweeting, and my co-host for the day is
George Misick.
Mr. Mythic. How are you today?
Wonderful, man. Bless. Wonderful. End
Great,
of the summer.
boy. That's something, eh? Summer gone.
Gone, gone, gone. A lot of people happy to get them kids back out the house and from eating up everything, get them back to school.
Boy, you can get back your life now because once they home, you got to
Yeah,
tend to their wishes and their demands. And
yeah. You have to entertain them
yep,
straight. So kudos, school. You appreciate school now.
very much so. I know them teachers are very upset right now. I can hear them sucking their teeth, but too bad.
Yeah. They have to take their blows now.
That's right. I, I think I paid too much money for that, man.
Yeah.
That's a long break, George.
Yeah. You need to keep them till 5.
This is it. That's what I'm trying to vote for right now. Y'all got to see these children in much longer. 3 o'clock.
It's an interruption every day.
Exactly. Hey, if y'all can keep them longer, I don't have a problem with
Yeah.
paying more. I don't have a problem with it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Because
Pick them up afterwards on the way home.
yeah, I got to pay for one other after school project anyway. Something going on. I got to pay for it anyway. So y'all keep on one time. Find something for them to do.
Yeah.
And we can go from there. But anyway, let's find out what's in the news.
Audio Jungle.
Donald Trump. Your boy, Donald Trump.
My boy.
Donald Trump now is being indicted for 13 criminal counts in Fulton County, Georgia. Donald Trump. What? Oh, Lord. Donald Trump. How Donald Trump? How? He want them to overturn the election results in Georgia in 2020.
Yes.
What? Why Donald Trump? You, I don't even know what to say, George. You tell me what's going on with Donald Trump.
Well, the sad thing, what's going on with Donald Trump is Donald Trump seems to be leading in the polls to be the next president of the United States. And sadly, I think this is the only way the Democrats could beat him, especially if they plan on running Joe Biden. My problem with this is it seems quite clear. Like we but 3 years on now, like to take a long time to get to this point. I know why it took so long because we all know what Donald Trump did when he did it, right? So it's a really long time, and I think they were kind of waiting to see how this can play out before they decided, hold on, Donald, this ain't looking good. We need to pull them files back out. We're just gonna let this slide, let this run. But now,
You really think they can say, okay, hold on. Let's see how far he can get in the elections.
yeah.
Let's see if these people really can want him. And then we can do the WAP Tuesday or whatever on him to get rid of him, or the Republicans can say, let this ride until we sure he can lose.
Hey, he's saying that, and I must say it looks bad because the timing of all of this, and then they one after the next, is like strategic, and it's only really since Donald Trump's name start getting back out there, it seems. And like I said, people realize ain't no hope in Joe Biden, but yet the Democrat don't seem to have a candidate to run against Trump. The Republicans sadly don't have of another candidate either. So it's a sad day, I think, for the U.S. I mean, thank goodness they had a good showing at the World Championship, but the U.S. really in problems right now on the international scene in terms of this show that we saw with Donald Trump. We had Trump for those 4 years. We thought we'd seen the end of that circus. Biden come in, he can't stay on his feet, can't finish sentences, and still talking about running again. We have Kamala Harris, who seem equally as lost. Uh, it's just a sad day in politics, and now for all of this, I kept saying, no way America would jail a sitting president. Right? It doesn't look right. The optics of that is wrong. America calls every other country in the world corrupt and fraudulent, and now you're showing that you have the worst, most corrupt leader
Exactly.
ever. You have to play
Exactly.
this out on the international stage. I didn't think they would go that far. it's,
I thought they would.
it's entertaining TV. No, because why is it I didn't think they would go that far is because they have an institution to protect. And Trump is the type you call my name. Trump will start calling names and start spilling some other beans. Like they're going down a slippery slope here because we know all these politicians aren't before him aren't clean either. So you see the Republicans been coming up with all this stuff with Biden's son and everything else. And so we're watching America's corruption, corrupt leaders being displayed live before the world. It's good to watch. And like I said, now when they come back to us, the small countries like us start running on with the foolishness. They give us plenty. They always give us plenty trouble, plenty hell. Oh, y'all do this. Y'all the drug guy. Y'all this. Now look at it.
Mhm.
I mean, they make some of our worst. Trump make our worst politicians look like saints, right?
Yep.
In terms of, so
And Trump don't even care.
nope.
Trump do not care. Trump will come straight out. He said this, he said that, too bad, too sad, and he moving on. Like you
Yep.
say, he's still ahead in the votes.
Yep.
How? What
And
have America come to? They was one time the police of the world.
mhm,
They want police the world. But who policing them?
yeah.
They out of control right now.
Well, it like I said, it highlights the hypocrisy that's been going on. I don't think it was ever the case, but I think the powerful is this wielding of power, um, dictating to everyone else. And now we see, listen, you're struggling with the same problem. It's like that addict. These people, you realize they're struggling with more mess than you. You
Yeah.
struggling with real life, but they always been the judgmental set who had everything to say. So I think most people sitting now with popcorn and watching this, but it's sad because, like I said, at the end of the day, next election it seems like you either gonna have Trump or Biden. And the way, looks of things, unless he gets disqualified from running, he might be president from behind the bar. It's 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 truly sad.
How is it the Republicans? I mean, come on, man. Save some face, man. The man has been arrested. They got a mugshot. Got a funny looking mugshot too.
Yeah. And indicted, cuff, mug. Yep.
How? How are you? This your party, and you are saying, "Hey, I have no problem with him being the front go getter in our party, and we going with this all the way, all the time." Too bad. Until he's been convicted, we ain't checking. You gotta save some face, man. Come on, man. Have some
It
pride.
it,
Come on.
it shows you the let. It really shows you what money and power, what's at stake here, right? So you
Yep.
have people themselves who you thought or people think are honorable men and women either being totally silent, they don't know what to say. They're not going against the party green. They don't want to lose their nominations. They don't want to lose their whatever. And they prepared to either fully support Donald Trump or sit on the fence and play like, well, like stick their head in the sand like an ostrich and pretend like we don't see what's going on. Or if you have leaders like that, to me, who can't call out wrong no matter who it is, cleanse their party of anything, let's forget about whether he's right or wrong, innocent or not. Like you have to have a next man up who could say, sit this out. Although at Trump age, you can't really sit out for you say,
No.
okay, just right. But he's already had his time. But to me, it's doing so much damage to the institutions themselves, the Republican Party, the Democrat Party, to watch these things play out. Like I say, not just in America, just these things are going to the world. Going to be a laughing stock of a lot of these countries and a lot of these dictatorships, communist countries, because America always talks about democracy and everything. But this is what democracy looks like. This is, I mean, it's bad enough you have two 80-year-old fellas, old men at the end of life, literally,
Right.
that are the top candidates vying for election. And when you're dealing with 2023 problems, you're trying to get the country into, you're dealing with all the new technology, to this, that. And you have these guys, like I said, you don't know health wise. Donald Trump always making fun of Joe Biden's health, but again, he's not far behind.
He ain't physically fit at all.
Yeah, and we discussed this before. It's nothing against. I have nothing against old people. I hope to be old. Like you say,
Yep.
we all, if we live long enough, we'll be old one day. But
So
you do need to know how to move on the side, how certain jobs require youth, more energy. than, and if you look at all the sports, like we see LeBron James, as great as LeBron James is or was, we can see now him winding down towards the end of his career. The next 2 years, he'll be forced to retire to make way for the younger guys. He can't keep up with them physically, whatever
right.
anymore, right? And that's just a part of life. So how is it that we put the most important job probably in the world, almost, in the hands of these are the candidates that's vying. These are the people who are still controlling the countries. So
Is there lack of options, or it's all about control? Is it
I
all
don't
about
think it's
control that the Republicans, whoever they put there, have to be in control to do what they're bidding, what they want them to do? Because I'm sure there are some young candidates out there who ready to take on these problems of 2023,
yep.
and they live in it and knock it out the park.
But
Instead of these almost centurions trying to do that.
but it shows you again. It shows to me. It seems like it shows that that's where the money is at. The money is at, right? So all the old boys got have all the money. Trump and them as they boys again for back in the day. Biden those still have all their connections. So they still strong in those parties. And the old fellas still feel safer with them than some of these young guys running the show. That's what it has to be because you have a country of almost 400 million people. And these are your two best candidates. I
Come
give you
on,
a
man.
break. I mean, we've seen better.
Yeah.
And again, it's not like we holding them up to some, uh, spectacular leaders that you can say, boy, it's hard to replace them. It's easy to replace them because they ain't good to begin with.
Exactly. Anyway, let's take a commercial break and we'll be right back.
I'm Flynn Doxson from Nose Witness News, reporting live from Sniper Paintball City. We're here with the manager and he's going to tell us a little about what they have to offer.
Daddy, I got this at Sniper Paintball. We have paintball, cornhole, mini golf, button cage.
Strike!
That's not a strike.
So come on down every Saturday and Sunday to Sniper Paintball City, located next to Crosstown, where you and the family can have a great time.
See you at Sniper.
And we're back. Boy, speaking of elderly people, the Governor General in the Bahamas now, they are now set to have a new Governor General by September 1st. This is Cynthia Mother Pratt will be the next Commonwealth of the Bahamas Governor General. George, why are we still having Governor General? What we paying these people for to do? And it only for staunch people who've been there, who willing to drive that long drive, be in there to stick it out the longest, and this is a reward for you. But other than that, what purpose is it?
Well, constitutionally, we still a Commonwealth country, and Commonwealth countries have to have, yes, governor generals, have to have someone to represent the Queen. And or the king, sorry, King Charles. Queen is gone now. So the queen lived all those years there and gone and still left all this mess, left us still doing this. Like you said, we talk about it. The Bahamas is very much entrenched into this traditional. We it's funny because when you look at history, we always talk about colonialization, colon, oppression, independence. We just celebrated, and it's like we're independent, but we still don't want to be fully independent from all of this. I think it's still this validation of someone flying up to the England and being knighted by the king. You are so and so, the honorable mother, whatever title. We love these titles. We love them. Every year these lists still come out with OBEs, Order of the British Empire, and MSB, and Sir, and this and that, and no one really knows what the name QC and KCs, and uh, we love them, and I think that's the little treat reward that British was smart enough to come up with this to keep these people in line because that's the only thing that I see from where I sit that we don't want to let go of these title and this sort of validation from mother country that to say that we still have this that it gives us we feel more comfortable doing that with cutting ties altogether like Barbados just did. Barbados became a republic, got rid of king and stuff. I think they were one of the last ones. Jamaica talking about it. The Bahamas whispered it under their breath, but I think we will be one of the last set of countries to do
Why you
it
think so?
because that's just who we are. Remember some years ago, the PLP government in particular were pushing. I don't remember people like Sir Paul Adley and those who refuse to, I think, take some of these titles from the crown, and there was a pushback. People saying, "Hey, we need to get rid of the queen. We need to get rid of," and we came up with our own little honors system. I don't know what it was. I don't know how long that lasted.
Yeah, I don't
How
even
long
know.
that
Yeah,
lasted. I thought we were going to replace all of these titles, but it's anyway
exactly.
that just got scrapped, went in the bin. Like nobody want no two conch shell award or anything.
No, no, no.
They want to be there. They want to go to England. Want to say they took picture, and that's all it is. But the governor general's position, like you said, it's almost like the queen or king himself in the UK. That's very much now a ceremonial position. The kingdoms don't make any decisions. They don't send no troops to battle. You have a prime minister that runs the UK with his cabinet and everything, and the king in the UK is as well pretty much a rubber stamp. They go around. They do these ceremonial things. They talk, unite the people, and every now and again, British people speak about getting rid of the monarchy because they're very costly to maintain. They have to maintain all, right? They still have all them crown jewels and stuff in their house,
Yeah,
but
somebody got
yeah,
to pay for that.
yeah. But I think even from the British side, that historically they like to look at that. Americans still fascinated. You see them when the
Yeah,
coronation, there's big pomp and pageantry, and so people like this storybook. It brings money to the UK. People come just, Buckingham Palace is full every day. People come to
people
look.
that's coming to one look at it.
Yeah. So
So
I
I,
think that
I
from
still was disappointed in that when I first saw it.
yeah,
Why didn't you bring me out to see?
yeah. But even as a child, we had plenty governor generals used to come to the school. They tell you be on good behavior, stand still, someone come, say hi. Like I mean, for most behaviors, I think first off, since we have the system, I'll say congratulations to the new governor general on being named governor general.
Yes, yes, congratulations.
His Excellency, Her Excellency, I think Mother Pratt, um, always, if you're looking at someone with the temperament and the love of the people and
Yep,
everything for the job,
that's one thing she always had. She loved the
yeah,
people.
yeah. So she fits that description, and it's almost now, from what I see, it's almost become a position in the Bahamas now where we get these mostly politicians who are loyal to certain parties that they get rewarded at a senior age because we had some very rather senior
Very,
governor
very
generals.
senior age.
yeah. This is the Before You Die award.
Yep, yep,
so
exactly.
so they give them this. I'm sure it comes with a salary, a pension, bodyguards, the whole nine yards,
The whole nine, everything.
state funerals when you die, and everything
Yep.
else. So it's a system, and unfortunately, I don't see that changing. You would like it not to be so political, because if it is a high honor position, um, why don't we ever look outside of these political parties and look for people within our community? As a matter of fact, why isn't this position even advertised? Governor. No, seriously, people
You can
people should.
advertise the governor general position.
Yeah. People should be able to send in their resumes and get some references.
George,
Uh,
I applied for that too. They look good.
yeah. But it shouldn't be a position where one person, basically, I think at this point in the system, makes the decision on who is to be the next governor general of the Bahamas. And it is, and we know how it works. So the governor general seems like, by custom or the respect, the government change, they don't get rid of them right away, because that's going to look bad. But we
Right.
know from the government change, the time is ticking for you to get replaced with a political appointment from the other party. And that's how it's been from time I know it. So she's going to be at the election's going to happen, government's going to change, and then the FNM's going to go down their list of, okay, who. So you could almost pen Janet Boswick or someone else in there if they're still alive during the
Well, you know
time.
she waiting on that.
Yeah. So, but like I said, I think we need politicians who could shake up that system, people who can shake up these systems, and I think that will go a long way with the Bahamian people. That next level, a politician who comes along and says, "Listen, we're changing this. Scrap tradition. You're not entitled to this position, so and so. We're gonna, go wider. We're gonna get some consultation on this. Get some people who are actually interested in serving their country. Maybe come from the outside, someone who may not be a politician at all, never had no interest, but they did a
Wow.
lot for the Bahamas. They should be recognized. It's a good way to honor that person. And we overlook those people time and time again, because we have a political appointment that we have to put in those positions.
That's something I would love to see. And something even that would make the persons who even get the governor general position, make them a little younger, and they could do more things to relate to the younger persons in the country. Because
Right?
we all know when we think of governor general, we think of 1 foot in the grave and 1 foot on the banana peel. That's all we think about when
Yeah.
when we are governor general. We don't even know what they really is doing. I governor house, I hear they spend all kind of money getting that fixed up and all of this, and we like, we'll be spending all this money on these people for. Then I hear they got lifetime pension.
Yeah.
If they dead, they spouse take over the pension, and
Yeah.
that's a place to be if you want to be in a place, because boy, they got
Yeah.
things going on.
Yeah,
And we don't know why yet.
Yeah, you don't have no real work to do. They read the speech from the throne, like you said. They have some ceremonial go out.
Yep.
I mean, it's a really good position. It's
Very,
better
very,
than you have those ambassadorships, which is the next really good position. It's send them off to New York or London or something, and they just cocktail, right?
yep.
Um, it's but again, we don't look at these things when we look talking about this budget, this debt, national debt that keeps growing into the
Yeah.
billions.
We don't worry about that. Don't worry about
as as the head of household, if you're in debt, don't you sit down every day and start to really look at things that you don't need. Like, let me cancel some extra subscriptions, uh,
that.
to try to shave this. We don't do
Nope.
that at all. We
Bill
just
on top of bill on top of bill.
yeah. We increase the size of the cabinet. We increase these appointments. We need some more ambassadors. Then we need some junior ambassadors.
That's right. Got out the junior one.
Ah, boy. But
What else can you see?
the more things change, the more they remain the same.
Yep, unfortunately. But we're gonna have to take a commercial break and we'll be right back.
Where you going, buddy?
To go buy these tickets for the party tonight.
Why this boy so dumb?
Tickets242.com.
You know how hard it is?
They sell tickets for parties, concerts, plays, sporting events, everything.
You know how expensive bus is?
Well, if you just buy the tickets online, they could just send you it in the email. Then you could just print it off.
You know how strong mosquitoes is?
Or you could go to the box office downtown with the Genesis Street Gear.
You ain't scared of Joneses either.
And we're back. Yeah, that little snippet you just saw is intro to our new show, Just Road. Excuse me. Yes, that's a show that we're gonna start off on the weekends where if you have a grand opening, you're doing a new sale, something going on at your place of business, we can be there. We can be there and televise, video stream your whole event so the whole town can see it. When they see it, they can come on down, they'll come in, make you a lot of money, and everybody's gonna be happy. So, Just Road. You can always call us on our live number, 352-8255 or 352-LIVE. You need more any information, or you can go ahead and email us at Superior Talk Bahamas at gmail.com. So, George.
Yes, sir.
What's going on with the PM and the port? We done covered this couple of times now. Every other time there's something now, look like the Prime Minister forget to tell them about. He come back and he tell them about it. The Port Authority say, no, we working hard, we doing all kind of things. Oh no, y'all gotta stop saying this for us, we working hard. But then the PM say, we doing all the work. Everything what happening, we do. Everything in Grand Bahama, what happened, we bring to Grand Bahama. What y'all put in the ground yet, Port Authority, this is what the PM said. Port Authority, what y'all put in the ground yet that we ain't done do? Do they have a point? Do the government have a point saying that the port ain't doing jack skiddly squat?
I think as a Grand Bahamian should be very concerned at the way this is playing out, because here you have government and Port Authority under the construct of the Hawkesbury Creek Agreement and the arrangement between the government and the port are supposed to work together for the betterment of Grand Bahama, right? The Bahamas and Grand Bahama. Now, you know that in any organization or any team, when you start to have arguments back and forth like that in a public way, this one calling out this one throwing out one out of the bus. Most teams like that don't win no championships.
That's right. That's not a winning team.
A house divided against itself against. So we should be very concerned that it has come to the point, if that relationship has become this heated or toxic or strained, that they're not even doing these things behind closed doors. I don't have no problem. Just like any family, you go behind your doors and you tell them about their hip and whatever, but to be coming making these statements weekly, this one run to the news station talk with you, that's a bad sign. And I think that has any investor, if I'm an investor walking into this and I have to deal with you, buddy, I'm about to spend plenty of money. Y'all do have to work together. This one need to approve, I need government, and you all clawing at each other. That doesn't send out a good message to people coming in. It doesn't send a good message to the residents of Grand Bahama that, hey, we have people on both sides of the coin working for our benefit, because right now you're all too busy fighting. This is like Russia and Ukraine. You're all about to start a war.
You ain't think. See, I know people, and sometimes when we going ahead, always pick and fight, it's because we wanted to break up.
Yeah.
We wanted to break up. We want everybody to know, like, I can't stand him no more. I can't stand. We want this to know, because, hey, probably they done got somebody on the side who done ready to take that place.
Yep.
But I gotta try, still get. I need him to leave. He ain't want to leave. No matter what I try to do, I burn up his clothes. I do all these things. The man still don't want to leave. Why do he want to leave? So I think this personally, I could be wrong, but I think government got somebody on the side who ready to take that position, but the poor don't want to leave. What you think?
Well, that could be this. Even ain't got no one, someone on the side, someone from within.
I didn't want to say that. Go ahead. The gate done open. Let's walk through.
Yeah. Well, again, it's like this. When nothing was happening for Grand Bahama, like you said, everybody quiet. Everybody holding hands. Mom's the word.
Yeah, kumbaya.
Things getting announced, and probably some things literally look like some money, big money probably on the table. And so I won't be in charge of that big money. I want the credit for anything that happens. You ain't getting the credit for this. We getting the credit for that. And again, the Bahamas never lost. The Bahamas government, although there's a Hawkesbury Creek Agreement, never lost their overall responsibility for Grand Bahama because it's an island of the Bahamas. So you, although you delegate and you give all these powers, overall your primary responsibility is for the well-being of Grand Bahama as a country. Right, so anything that happens, the government shouldn't, feel no kind of way, or have to pound his chest and say we taking credit. You're supposed to be out there singing the praises of Grand Bahama and whatever. As a matter of fact, the criticisms has always been that Grand Bahama isn't being promoted enough by the government. They just promote Nassau to the detriment of, or the exclusion of Grand Bahama. So. I don't like the fact, like you said, it gives the wrong signal, and it makes you wonder, why is this being done in such a public way? Does it have to be to achieve the result that you want? We all know the port hasn't been doing certain things, or we've heard this, these things for years. But like I said, the tone, the stances that are being taken, calls into question, like what's really going on? Is like it's hard to take anything at face value. Like all of a sudden, you all care about us so much.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
What's this all about? There,
I even look like a duck and walk like a duck. 2-1 is a duck. Something ain't right, and they showing their true colors now. And I don't care. They just need to fix it. If you got your little fella on the side and you will bring him in, I make sure it's the right fella. Don't come with no jokey fellas. We need real fellas, because we done got someone, they ain't the best, but you know what you got, you ain't know what you can get.
Know what you're getting.
And this government here, like you said, they like to work from inside. They make sure they people straight. Now, I ain't say the people, I say they people.
Yep.
So that's something we got to look out for big time.
Yeah.
Because, boy,
yeah, we need our own independent body policing and watchdog in this now.
Boy,
it's up. Yeah. We
not
really trust no one at this point.
Not at all. Not at all. Anyway, we'll see when they come back up with something again, and we'll come back with the commercial break. And today's question is: the government said they're trying to make these laws now for marijuana, hemp, sheesh. What else? What yours call it? Y'all got all kind of names for these. You really think this can come to? You really think? And my problem with this is, this government, this is a slick government, son. They got to watch them. I see why you say you have to do that independent thinking with them, because I know how they go. I don't know when they say they can legalize this. They can do it like how they do the numbers thing. Only so much number houses could exist.
Yeah.
And you gotta have your license. Now, who can give out these licenses? The government. Who they can give it to? Family, friends, and lovers.
Yep.
Now, the biggest question is after this, after they legalize it, how much of y'all gonna smoke it? Because you get off on it's illegal. I could smoke it. Whoo, boy! I hope I don't get catch. Oh yeah. But now I really gotta smoke it no more. With marijuana, they doing all kind of things. They got it in the candy. They got it in the food. They got it in clothes. They got it in all type of things right now. That hey, I don't have to be on the corner lighting up a doobie just to get high. So how they can do this? And if I want to open up a shop, do I have a chance? Regular Joe like me, do I have a chance and open up one shop? How the government can do this if they legalize marijuana?
Well, I think with the marijuana, I think this was always, as a matter of fact, I think they're way behind schedule on it. Because I think that was coming some years ago. And I hope they really did their research on it, because when Canada went legal and legalized everything, everyone was, the world's sky's falling in. You're gonna have a lot of potheads and whatever, and all these companies picked up. Then you had this medicinal boom. Marijuana could do everything, raise the dead, do all this.
Yep.
And now, I think years later, we look, a lot of those companies disappeared. It's legal, but the people who smoke still smoking. They didn't really get much people to sign up. It ain't like the LGBTQ movement or what has been growing rapidly, right? You have the people who into that. You still have the street suppliers still supplying their street people who. Because I think some people think they have their suppliers. They think they get their high grade from where they get it from, and so you had this big rise in a lot of marketing and stuff. But if you listen to the industry now, it's gone very quiet. You had all these countries in the US legalizing, and I think what it did is it basically shocked the market to the point where most places people don't know whether it's legal or illegal anymore now. It's pretty much legal. Where it's illegal, the police them ain't checking no more because ain't nobody else checking, right? And so I think the Bahamas is kind of late in getting to the table on this one. And so, like you said, the same problem is going to happen. If they legalize it, that's the next reason why it's probably not going to work like they intended to. Because, like you said, the pure and hard will get the license, the rights to have the license. You're going to have some requirements which only a few people can make or get.
Yep.
You don't want it to be the same numbers people, right? Because they look for who have the money to actually. So some people could get some money up front. So you can't go to broke people with that. And so you're going to have the same set of people, which means you're going to have the same fellas on the street saying, hey, we still open for business. We still know how to grow. And I don't know exactly how far they're going in the first instance, because I know a lot of these countries that did the marijuana laws, they took it in stages. Decriminalization, say, of an offense. So instead of it being illegal, ain't really illegal, or you can have so much quantity. If you have personal consumption, that's good. If you start,
but I heard that they were saying that everyone who had a drug thing had a drug record for marijuana, they were trying to expunge that. They're trying to get rid of those people, that record what they had, and they could be free and clear.
Well, they might do that, and the problem with that is, and I mean, that's if you're going to go that route, it sounds like a fair thing to do, right? If you're now going to make it legal, a lot of these things, these people who went up or have a record for that, probably should expunge that. But the problem, what and why I think they take so long to even get to this stage is that the U.S. that we talk about, the hypocritical U.S. again. Now, they still have these laws on their books, which under certain legislation still has marijuana as banned substances and so forth. So, although you might make it legal here and say you legal here, you might find that y'all still can't go to the state. You still ain't getting your visa because you're already on a system. The U.S. is illegal, so we don't care how legal you make it there. It's still illegal here with us, and so one of the main things that Bahamians, particularly who get caught up in the criminal system, fear is losing that U.S. visa, not being able to travel to the states and so forth. So I think that may still be a problem. It also may bring, and that's why they're always moving very gingerly, because the U.S. laws still have to kind of correspond or be acceptable to the U.S.
Yeah, but California, I could go get high. So if I go from the Bahamas to California, you can look at my thing and say, hold on. You look like you like smoke dope. You can't come here. You know you for this thing, But where you games, that's where y'all smoking all the dope.
Yeah, it,
What foolishness that is? What kind, like you say, the hypocrisy of the whole thing.
with America, it doesn't have to make sense.
Oh, okay.
and,
Do what I say.
and it's all about money. So, like you said, once they start manufacturing, getting into business, and Senator so and so start invested in the weed industry, and right, they want people to buy from them. They won't be able to export your weed to you and sell to this market. So they may still say you can't grow it, because if you grow it, then we can't sell to you. And and so it's not easy. I think even Jamaica and a lot of Jamaica was one of the first things that started export, and I think they've had trouble. You don't hear them glowing, saying how successful this has been, because again, I think they had a lot of problems with the U.S. In some cases, I know some people just by them saying they associated with weed industry and stuff. Some of the banks um close their bank accounts, like, okay, you're drug dealing. I mean, like, so there's all kind of silliness that's still going on, and until we have a basically a comprehensive or universal, some sort of universal code or within the region on marijuana, like, it's one of those things that's hard to do with this person to the left saying one thing, and this, like, they need to meet when they have these CARICOM meetings and all these different things, and national meetings, and get on one accord to say, okay, this how we gonna run it, this how you gonna make your, that's like how the drug dealers do it. There's gonna be a street over here, you stay over in zone A, we got
I'm surprised you know how the drug dealers do it. That's all I was. Go ahead.
I watch a lot of TV.
Oh, you watch? Oh, legal
I
or
watch a lot
illegal?
of TV.
You got to make it. All right, go ahead.
But at the end of the day, all these things are about money. And you remember when they were talking about the drug, marijuana legalizing, you had the alcohol industry that was coming out, telling you how bad drugs is. Uh,
Yep.
So all these things control. It depends on which message, who you listening to. But at the end of the day, follow the money. It's all about money and competing
All this.
businesses, competing countries, competing against each other. So that morality gone out the window. It ain't but moral. It ain't but smoking so bad for you and kill you and
No,
all these different
no.
things. It's all about how I can get my money, how we
Yeah.
can tax this, um, to stop. Yeah,
And it's so to the point that smoking can't be, but no matter how much we tax smoking, cigarettes must see got what 1,000% on it,
yeah,
and they don't care. They buying it. They doing what they got to do. They need they drag. They can get their smoke on. So
Yep.
the only thing now we got to worry about is now. I know Bobo got his thing in the yard right now, and I know he got some nice, good stuff, good stuff. So these boys them from these political parties, the white set and the one who name sound like Bilson, they don't want to take over that thing. But I want them to go to Bobo test out Bobo stuff because I know they do they live. Just test it out to make sure it's good, and then partner with them. Make sure Bobo them can make a couple dollars off it. Give you some nice stuff that you can put in your store, and everybody can be happy with it. Instead of trying to roll out Bobo or trying to buy it from Jamaica or Trinidad or wherever. Let's get homegrown marijuana. That's what I want to see. That's how Bomsey could make it. You want to see Bomsey step up in enrollment? Let them start talking, but okay, we can do the marijuana crock thing now. We can show you all how to grow marijuana. I tell you, enrollment will be up 100%. Guaranteed.
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting. Like you said, if it's gonna be there's several things they're trying to do. One is, like I said, try to fix the criminal justice system. That take up a lot of time and energy and effort and forensic and time in the system. And if it's now universally acceptable that this drug it's fine, it's not the worst of the worst, it's best. Most people do it for recreation. Generally no danger to themselves. They usually go sleep it off, chill out, mellow out.
Get a little munchies. That's all right.
Yeah. So you're trying to fix that system. You're trying to find revenue. If you're looking from a revenue point, I think they need to go further with the legislation because, again, one of the money makers in that industry has been really in the medicinal set. And with medicine, it has to be a larger scale. It can't just be Bobo them selling on the street because they ain't buying that like that. You have to have that very controlled. You have to have up to a certain level, and you have to have consistency. So you can't buy 1 week and strain. Let me not talk like I know anything.
Boy, I was learning something from you. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. The floor is yours.
I know, but when you're doing it at that level, you need consistency. So it definitely needs to be regulated. You need to have, proper equipment and be able to produce at a level that, because people say, hey, we need this so much shipment you need to have so much shipment this week. And, with crops, I won't speak too much on this subject because you already think I'm an expert.
No. I know. Folks who like to read. I do. I do YouTube, man.
I've read and I've spoken to some of these scientists, these brothers.
Okay, go ahead.
Who are farmers.
That's what they are now. Scientists now. Okay. Bobo, Dr. Bobo.
No, I actually had some clients some years ago who I got to go to Canada and went to a big read some of the growers, the plants over there because of their weather. They do most of theirs like in greenhouse, like in a controlled environment. So they grow theirs and think them, but allows them to grow all year long and again to export in certain numbers. So I know in the Caribbean we thinking mostly outside in the field, but you're susceptible to pesticides and the weather and all these different. So again, when we're talking about being consistency now, when you have these big contracts with European countries and so forth, you can't come with too much excuses because once or twice you don't make your shipment, you get dropped for someone else who could deliver. You can't get people a hook or thing and then no, we ain't got it. Right? Yep. Fellas, the Bobo them can go get high or get some money and go off to the States for 2 months, party and
we do. We get that place like that.
Yeah, you have to be serious about the business.
Well, let's hope that when this is legalized, everybody get a chance. Everybody is allowed to do it the right and legal way, and we could get another industry here, and things to get going, especially in Grand Bahama. Things to get going, and we all could be, I don't want to say flying high, but I no pun intended, but we will be up and away.
Yeah, man, yeah.
Okay, so let's get ready for our Bungie of the day.
You know, the thing that hurts me the most is that I have to watch the NBA Finals and they have world champion on their head. World champion of what? The United States? Don't get me wrong. I love the U.S. at times, but that ain't the world. That is not the world. We are the world. We have almost every country out here fighting, thriving, putting on their flag to show that they are represented. There ain't no flags in the NBA.
Nah. I know what's going on. Hey, George, I know how you feel. After you win a race and whatever you feel, hey, it's all about me. It's all about me. I done beat the world's best. And this is the real world's best, George.
Yeah.
Just in, pick one here. I beat the world's best. And I feel right now that the NBA trying to downplay my greatness. This better than the 3 medals. 100, 200, 4x1.
Yep.
Beat the best. Now y'all talking about the NBA got the world champion. Y'all must be mad. Y'all got to be sick. Now, he feeling himself, George. He up on the pedestal, now he feeling himself. I mean, yeah, I gave him a blind for a second. Not a second up. Relax. Relax yourself, big brother. Relax yourself all the time. So, these fellas, them, from October all the way to June, have to play the world's best. You can say what you want. In the NBA, they got the world's best. All right. Hey, the Olympics, the World Championships show you that, hey, the world. Okay, stop. Look at the Bahamas team. The Bahamas team has 3 NBA players on it.
Right.
DeAndre, Eric, and Buddy. And look where they have moved us. All right? We are now in top contention, almost guaranteed to medal. Now, I get what nobody say. We can medal. We can carry something. If ain't no injury happen, we can carry something. So that goes to show you that these fellas have to be, I don't care, have to be the world's best in order to move a little country like us from the border. We couldn't even pass FIBA. Now, we done in FIBA, we ready to go. I know that I never thought I'd watch the Bahamas in the Olympic basketball.
Yeah.
Listen that. And you trying to tell me these fellas ain't the best in the world? They ain't tell me who is there. Tell me who the world's best is. I go ahead. That's all I got.
I was disappointed in it because I started following Noah Lyles, and I thought, this is a nice, humble young man. He's good, young, he's up and coming, he's young. The sky's the limit for him, you know. And then he comes out, all of a sudden, he wins these 3 medals, and like, where does Monster come from? Like, you call out these fellas, ain't nobody even was picking with you. Like, when people say, don't come for me if I ain't send for you, right? And you going against the NBA, with all these rich people, the LeBron Jameses, these guys who signed these 200-300, and I can see why he's salty, right? Because that must be his way of saying, I need to be paid more because I'm fighting the world's best. But again, like you said, the NBA, and we know you're not only the best, but you're playing against the best because international players coming in, they're playing against you. Have a system, and everyone get to watch them play out. When we watch the World Championship, although we watch Noah Lyles win, I mean, it ain't like you seeing Bo still running. Like we ain't see him take down no giants, or we don't know if
Exactly.
they're the world's best, but we don't know how good they are. Like because you don't have that type of competition. You have to say, boy, you go head to head, you slew a giant.
Exactly.
Carl Lewis running Ben Johnson, even with the step. Like you had some rivalries in track and field before to say that, hey, okay, boy, yeah. Or even in boxing, Muhammad Ali fight. So you need a villain and whatever, right? But I think it was in poor taste. Like you said, one, we wasn't even talking about that. You just win. I don't know who he let ask him that of the crowd, but
Where that question come from?
How he going off with world enemy? Like, give me a break. Like,
Where that come from?
I don't know. But he made them fellas sound like a bunch of scrubs. Like, and then he made some ignorant comments like, oh, they don't even have no flag. Yeah, they have flag. Like, Canada is a part of a country.
Yeah.
We sing the Canadian national anthem. They legitimately across borders. Like you said, the top players, the last three MVPs were foreign top players. Like
Exactly.
people leave their countries, and like someone say, technically he's right. It's not a world league. It isn't a world league, but but to make it how it comes across, it's not just saying it's not a world league. It's saying like they really ain't playing nobody. Like, y'all ain't why you calling them the world champions? And we see what happened also when America sends their best to the Olympics and stuff over the years. Like the dream team is they're winning by 50, 60 points. Like,
Exactly. That's how I look at it.
so he I would get, I would get the publicist who did that Kobe Bryant rape thing, or I'd get a good I would get someone to do some good damage control, because, like I said, he has an opportunity to go far. And I mean, I'd be scared to even go out now if I was him to an NBA game. You just piss off all these dudes, right?
I think he ain't into none of them no time soon.
No, I mean, like I say, he didn't do some quick damage control joke. This was April Fool's Day for me. I was laughing, whatever, right? Go make friends, call LeBron. But these the dudes that because of him winning, and like you said, a lot of NBA players just congratulate him, like, yeah, Team USA. And then he even made one next statement, which I don't think much people catch on with yet, with when he said, yeah, something about, yeah, I like America too, on sometimes, or something like that. Like he said so much things in that short clip that, like, dude, if you ain't educated enough, or if you don't talk, don't just take your medals, smile, and go, because right now, it don't take much for Nike and these people to drop you
Quick,
talking for. Yeah. The NBA is a juggernaut, and the money you would involve with the NBA and stuff, you don't want to take on them type of organizations for FIFA or whatever track and field. There's no comparison. I know y'all don't see those.
If they got to pick track versus NBA, boy, I ain't even want to decide that one.
Yeah, he run for what, 10 seconds? So yeah, that's a case, like someone say, it wasn't necessary. Why you on top of the world, you just winning? Why are you taking a shot at another league or other people bread and butter? Don't do that, man. Don't. So
anyway,
Pongi of the day for me.
Yep. Most definitely. I don't know what's going on, but hey, that's how you feel. That's how you feel. He ain't a whole much water no place else, but go for yourself. So that's our bogey for the day. Gold medalist for the World Championship. Lies, no, I shouldn't even say it, and I'm not even going to say it. I'm not going to say you don't deserve
it. Hey, this ain't no part of the show at all, but I don't know if you're watching it at the World Championship, but boy, we in the Caribbean get set back but 50. that was not a good time for us. I mean,
but you realize America just coming back with a lot of stuff right now. They felt so proud of the winnings that they had, because I know they haven't won the 100 and I don't know how long.
They dominated that whole thing, and we had some misfortunes. One, our 400, Shanae Miller.
Yeah.
Let me not touch that, because that disappointed me. The fact that she ran knowing that she wasn't ready to run, that upset me, because you have a brand now. You don't upset that brand. We know you just had a baby. You don't run in the heat and come hot last and then say, okay, I was trying to defend my champ.
No.
Right? Steven Gardner, that was unavoidable. That was an injury. He went out like a soldier. We get that. Anthony Strawn and the Charlton girl did very good to me. They were my heroes, although they didn't medal.
They barely missed out. They were right there.
Yeah. So they competed high, and they. But Jamaica, I think, was the disappointment of the tournament, and trust me, they have some things they need to fix, because it's nothing like when you expected to win, like and for them to fall flat and all of those races, and that last one, the last race, I don't know if you watched the last 4x4 where
what was the Netherlands ran down the Jamaican.
yeah. That
Oh my
girl,
goodness, that looked like that was planned. I mean, when she took her over, it was nothing she could do. You know, you just look to the left. You know, you might have something that you could hurry up, try to do. There was nothing she could have done. That was like, this was wow. This was technically efficient. I mean, this is how you run somebody down, and they can't do nothing about it.
I mean, and where she start from, or where she had to come from to do that, you're like, okay, she gonna reach the line before. You see her making a run, but you really didn't think she could make up that space within the time, and to catch her on the line, and man,
that had my mouth open. It's like, wow, that was a wild moment.
But yeah, Jamaica crash and burn on all of those. It was a disappointment. I know people. Someone put up on one of the blogs. Congratulations to all three winners in the 100 meter. I'm like, only one winner. you say congratulations to the three medalists, but it's only one winner. Yeah, and especially from Jamaica. Now, if that was Cuba or Timbuktu getting a bronze medal, that's fine. But anything less than gold in the 100, 200, most track and field events right now for Jamaica is a disappointment.
Well, we wish them the best. That's the end of our show. We hope to see y'all next week at 8 p.m. Have a good one. George, see you next week.
Next week it is.
All righty.